is when I was in 8th grade, we had a yearbook, and we were supposed to say something about ourselves. This is the 8th grade Corelyn, said, very easily bored, but never bored. That's so me. I am very easily bored, but then I always like, I'll cook up something, you know? It's sort of interesting how you don't change. Well, I come out here once a week to check cameras, no matter what the weather. And otherwise, I come out sort of when I can. 20 years ago, I believe it was, when my United Parcel guy told me about trail cams. He said, you got deer up here, you should take pictures of them. And I actually did. I put it up and I got a lot of pictures of deer. And pretty soon I got a picture of bear, which made me famous. There's a bear in my yard for several years, right on Duck Trap Mountain. And then somebody told me about getting pictures of otters and beaver. So I'm like, I want pictures of otters and beavers. So the person who owns this land said I could put cameras down by Coleman Pond, which I did. Then I got otters and beavers. And then about 3 years ago, I was walking back from there and I could see something swimming here. I'm like, what is this? And I looked and it was 2 beavers doing their spring exercises up and down half the pond. I sat here for so long and I thought, what is this place anyway? Is it a lake? So somebody said, no, it's a quarry. So I said, what kind of quarry? I know nothing about quarries. They said, a lime quarry. I'm like, what's that? So since then, I got really interested in lime quarries, which is a very fascinating subject in Lincolnville since it supported Lincolnville for about 100 years, the lime industry. Trick of this whole thing that I'm doing is nobody's ever done this history before. So it's me doing it. There's nothing, absolutely nothing except what I figured out by walking it, reading old deeds and stuff like that. I mean, it's a totally pioneering project. I mean, I'm the only person in Lincolnville who's walked any of these things. And the old timers don't even know about them. They're like, really? Because I'll ask them, can I go on this property? They're like, sure, but I don't think there's anything there. I'm like, well, there is. This bag, by the way, mostly has extra batteries in it. What I'm doing when I put these down is that you can sort of see, if you look behind you sort of, through the woods there's some trails. And so I'm trying to match these up with where the trails are because then the animals will come by them. See, you can see there, sort of depression there. Over there is a definite trail that you can see. I had it over there before. I just think it's very cool. I mean, when I check cameras, it's funny. I could come out here real fast and take the SD cards and go home and look at them. But no, I look at some of them like I did here. I sit on the rock. I look at things. I think of things, you know. I look to see if any animal's still walking around any place. For me, this is like Christmas. It's like opening a Christmas present. So I've always want to know if I've got something. Got it? Let's see what else. And I had this major experience last year. There was a kingfisher fishing. And it went down in the water and started coming up, and a hawk got it. And I of course, am sitting here, human-like, screaming, no, no, no. Neither of them paid any attention to me. But what I discovered is what a cool system Mother Nature has figured out. In the kingfisher, instead of trying to get away, which it couldn't do, I don't think, it went back in the water and dove down, and the hawk can't dive down, so it had to let it go. So that's, I think, the sort of thing you can see when you kind of sit here for a little while. I can tell you exactly how I want to die. I want to die in front of one of my trail cams with a mountain lion attacking me, because people don't believe there are mountain lions here. And if we get it on a trail cam, it'll be my last thing I do is prove that there are mountain lions. That's been what I've been saying for a long time here. I guess it doesn't sound good, but it sounds good to me. It for sure fits me. Wouldn't it be more exciting to die out in the woods with something? That's at least my thing.